Hey everyone, it's Divine Readings with the Gypsy, and today I am going to finish up my hashtag 16 faves tarot tag that has been passed around by Steven by the Tiferet Tarot. I finally got his name right. Yes! Tiferet Tarot. And he has asked all of us to pull out your favorite majors, and I've already done my majors earlier today. Yay me. And now I'm going to go into my court cards, and since it's not as many as majors, 16 cards, I'm going to try my best to explain and elaborate a little bit on why I chose some of these court cards as my favorites. And it's going to be a better video because I promise you I won't show you the full Thoth deck. I am one of those people that believe that the Thoth court system is like that perfect system for me. And I know other people have different feelings and stuff like that, but I resonate with the Thoth when it comes to the court cards the most, as a whole. And other people I know as a whole resonate with Wild Gnome because they have the theme and things like that. But I'm trying to diversify instead of just sticking just Thoth deck. So I hope you enjoy my diversity and what I chose to elaborate on some of these personality archetypes when we get into these court cards. Oh my goodness, yay! So see you here in a second. Unfortunately, I had to change my lighting in here because I had to turn off my fan light or my overhead light because it was glaring down on the cards and making the gloss glare on the card. So I'm hoping that my lighting is perfect enough or okay enough for this video. I'll brighten up the images if need to be in my editing. But enough with that ranting. Let me go ahead straight into the cards because we got so much to tell and so little time. I love these pages of cups. Pages to me are physical emotions, physical expressions maybe. And I think the Rorik Tarot has one of the best majors. And you'll see the Rorik Tarot quite a bit actually in this video, which is this deck. And I love how she's flying suspended in the air, expressing all those emotions just in her body. And I love, 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 love the Tableau Mundi because it's very Thoth-like, and I just love the way she does her art in the Tableau Mundi. To me, the Tableau Mundi is almost better than the Thoth deck. It's a Thoth clone, but it really, really, really shines for sure. These are the cards I could not decide between. The Knight of Cups, and I got the Tiferet Tarot, and I love the Tiferet Tarot's Knights in particular, or the Strangers, because they really express the shadow side of the Knights or the Strangers. I really think they really accented on the shadow side of the personality very, very well in the Tiferet Tarot, because here you have the snake of the Knight of Cups, and he's disguised, a snake could camouflage and disguise himself, or even he could be even a reptile chameleon and chameleon himself into whatever you want him to be, but he could be a dangerous person underneath. Or he could be somebody that you didn't expect underneath. And that's what I love about the reversal of the Tiferet Tarot. And the Tiferet Tarot, I think, does the reversals very, very well as far as the Knights or the Strangers. And here we have the Rorik Tarot again. I just absolutely love how the Rorik Tarot has the cards depicted, you know, with him, with the flower, very romantic. And you could tell just by the image alone how romantic he is. And my last card is actually kind of funny why I picked this one, because I just really love the image of the Illuminati, Tarot Illuminati's Knight. He kind of reminds me, I'm actually writing a story, and one of the story characters that I'm writing about is a very, it's almost kind of Japri Tarot, like he kind of disguises himself as a good guy or a good guy man, and then underneath he's kind of an emotional wreck, or action and emotions, and that's what I view my Knights is very thought-like. It's physical action and emotion, so he's going to be a person of action, but it's got that layer of, he's almost has that emotional motivation behind it, and that's what I love about the the Knight of Cups. Here we have the Queen of Cups, and she's emotions of emotion, so she is double emotions. And I love, love, love the Thoth deck, where she's interwoven in her watery state, and her watery state of mind, and her waterness is all one. If you could see that, she's all one with the water, and the lily pads, and the, I think it's a spoonbill bird, and it's just perfect. I love, 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 love the Thoth deck. And then I picked this one from my self-made deck from MakePlayingCards.com, because believe it or not, I have seen this image as the Queen of Cups a lot, not in any of the decks I have, but a lot of decks like the Timeless Tarot, I think she's the Queen of Cups, or the Page of Cups. But I think she makes a very good Queen of Cups in my mind's eye. Being emotional, very watery, and she probably will melt in your arms. Here we have the King of Cups, or the thoughts and emotions. So he's going to be more feeling about his, thinking about his emotional state versus acting on his emotional state. He would be the best singer, he would be the best musician, because he can communicate those emotions out, and he's the master of emotions. And I love the Mary L, with him being, I think it's Neptune, and just kind of wading in the water amongst the lily pads. I really love that. And of course, we have the Rourke Tarot again, and he's thinking about women and boobs. And then I have my self-made deck again, and this one is an Edvard Munch painting, and he's just wading in the water again, kind of like the, very much like that Marielle deck. I really love what I picked when I picked my self-made deck here. Now we immediately go into the wand suit, and this is the Princess of Wands, or the Page of Wands, and I love both the Thoth deck with the tiger and her being one, and I love, love, love the Rourke Tarot, and you still get the Thoth meanings in that, but this is just amazing, 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 amazing. Love, love, love the Rourke Tarot. And because to me, the page is physical action, taking physical action, and she's gonna be one of physical action. She's gonna do one. She's gonna be stable in her world and taking action to it. Here we have the Knight of Wands, and I have the Pagan Otherworlds with him riding this stag. Oh my gosh. And the Knight of Wands is action of action, so he's just pure action. I just think this card for the Knight of Wands is just elegant. Ugh. Just look how beautiful that is. And then I love, yet again, the Tiferet Tarot with the Stranger of Fire, of doing the reversal of Knight of Wands. And he's just kind of almost not very, he almost kind of has that look that he's not out for someone's best interest. But he's hovering over the water of his emotions, and he's in control of his action state. He's not even daring to go into his emotions. He is pure action, the real opposite of the water. And here we have, again, my personal deck. If you recognize this image, he is the album cover of the Disturbed albums if you're into heavy metal. And he's a man on fire, and I thought he was perfect for my self-made deck. And here was the Knight of Wands. Here we have the Legacy of the Divine Tarot, the Handel Tarot, and the Deviant Moon. I love all three of them because she is, Queen of Wands is emotional and action. She's emotion and action. So she's gonna act on what she believes is right. And Kali is the goddess of death, and she's giving birth to the one with the snake. And I forgot who she gave birth to, but she's giving birth to somebody here. And I love the Deviant Moon's Queen of Wands. She's just, I love the wand suit and the Deviant Moon. I just think this is just a perfect, I just don't know how to describe why I like these images. Alright, and this is the King of Wands, which is thoughts of actions. And he's thinks before he acts. And he's probably the ultimate father figure if you really can think about it. And I think that's why Patrick Fluenza has him in the Deviant Moon with all his kids around. Oh my god, he's just so damn funny. His face makes me laugh so much with all his kids hanging on him and saying, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy." What is he's just so enthusiastic about it all. But he's not gonna hurt them or anything. He's just gonna be the father and just say, "Okay, kids, come on." Love it. And then we got again, the Royal Tarot. I just love this. He thinks before he acts, and this one he thinks of love before he acts towards hurting anybody else. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And then I also love the King of Wands here and the Shadowscapes. I'm still very much undecided if I am going to keep this deck or not. I'm doing a Instagram challenge at the moment, which is Love It, Trade It Tarot, and I'm working with the Shadowscapes, and I still keep going back and forth if I want to get pass this on or not. But I just love him being a stag, and this is what I love about the King of Wands. In a way, it actually is kind of sad that I don't have too many tarot decks that I really love the Daughter of Swords or the Page of Swords. But the Wild Unknown, Page of Swords, or the Daughter of Swords is my absolute favorite. She's a physical and thought. She's physical thought. And Owl is like that. Wisdom, the thought, the intellect, the knowledge. And I love that in the Wild Unknown. She's so gorgeous. No, they can't be only one, if you get the reference already. This one is yet again from the Wild and Unknown. I really, really resonate with all the Wild Unknowns, at least the sword. The swords, court cards, and I think it was the deers. Yeah, it was the deers. It was the pentacles. I've been seeing so many tarot decks today, and I've been trying to methodically pick out all these decks. But I really love him in the Wild Unknown. And the Marielle I love because I have a personal connection with this image and this card, because I use the not Wild Unknown, but I used the Marielle Tarot for guided meditations at one point to get to know the card, to get to know the characters in the card. So I did a guided meditation with myself and meditated in the card, and I actually, within myself, met this Knight of Wands. Not Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords. So I went on a self-guided meditation, and I actually met the Knight of Swords. And I forgot what he exactly said, but it was very profound at the time. And I've always had this intimate connection with him ever since, just looking at the card. Just that intimate time. And then this, of course, is again my self-made deck, and ever since I did my flip through of my self-made deck, I just cannot get over the fact that him being the Knight of Swords, there can't be only one. Nope. Love him. Love him. This yet again was another toughie for me, because I do not resonate with many of the Queen of Swords imagery. I love the barn owls again from the Wild Unknown, but I just kind of said I want to step out from this. And this is actually the Tarot Klimt that I won in the YouTube giveaway with Miss Sacred Seed, or L from Sacred Seed. So this was the deck that I got from Miss Sacred Seed with the gold foiling and all that stuff, the Tarot Klimt. I really enjoy this card and this deck. Well, not just this card, but I really enjoy this deck because it's such an elegant deck. I may not use it all the time, but I really am starting to have a fondness for this deck, the imagery in this deck, and she's just absolutely beautiful with her shawls and the swords, and she's very fair. She's not harsh. And the reason why I connect with the Nabi Tarot is because I heard that she, the saint, is Saint Judith, and Judith is the name of my daughter that is going through the hard time in and out of the hospitals. And yeah, she cut off somebody's head, but when I think of somebody as a saint, she did it for a reason, whether it was for the people and for good intentions, or the intentions were pure, whether he being a bad guy or whatever. And that's what I love about the Queen of Swords. Yeah, she might have seemed harsh, but she's doing it for the right reasons. And of course, this is my self-made deck again, and this is from Louis Royale's artwork, and this is the Queen of Swords with all the owls and the swords, and I just think she's badass. Alright, I went overboard with the King of Swords. I love the Pig in Other Worlds with him, with the bear on his head. I just absolutely love him as the King of Swords. The Pig in Other Worlds has awesome, awesome, awesome use of imagery with the animal motifs and things like that. I really liked the Trompe de la Lune, just because it actually depicted the reversals of this particular King of Swords, you know, where he's heir of air, he's very harsh, and he probably hurt somebody, or he defended somebody. He is pure thought and pure knowledge. He knows the best. And here's the Thoth, and it's kind of the same way, but this one is a little bit more harsh. It's almost that reversal, and he's got that rapier here, and he's going to dominate his succubans over down here. And it's just really a awesome reversal image of the King of Swords, or the Prince of Swords in this deck. But I really like this card, even though a lot of people, I think, are indifferent. And then, of course, from the Shadowscapes, I really been enjoying this particular version of the King of Swords. He's very, very knowing, fair, beautiful, elegant, and rigid. Here I have the Prince of Coins, or the Princess of Pentacles, or the Page of Pentacles, and it's the physical Earth of Earth. And I love, 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 love the Thoth, with her horns, her cloak, her yin and yang, her spear, and almost maybe a pregnant belly. I love it with that light coming from this way, shining up on her. And I actually love my personal made deck too. Again, I know I've picked a lot of my personal made deck for this challenge, but from MakePlayingCards.com. But I love the H.R. Geiger and depicting that physical world and that physical realm. And I just absolutely love his artwork. I really enjoy the action and the physical, which is the Knight of Coins, or the Earth of, not the Earth, it would be the Fire of Earth, and it is the Knight of Pentacles. Oh man, I love, love, love the draft horse here in the Robin Wood Tarot, and I yet again picked out a very similar image from the Tarot Illuminati, but it's kind of the same feel or the same vibe to me as that one, where he's on a more drafty horse, even though I think that one is technically a Frisian. Who do I know, or what do I know about horses? And I really love, 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 love the Knight of Pentacles from the Japri Tarot. He really, to me, kind of says action of the earthly plane. And he's kind of less of a reversal in this one to me. He's got the birds, he's got the flowers, he's a little bit more giving. He almost is the very much the upright. And I don't feel like the meanings for me, for him, is changed at all from these cards, even though he's a very different looking card. And I really, really love the Knight of Pentacles as one of my cards I look for in my decks. I'll be upright and honest, I had a hard time finding cards that I really resonate with the Queen of Pentacles, just because this year is, for me, in my hashtag year ahead, I've been working really hard with the Queen of Pentacles as my card, or the emotional and the physical, or the water and earth. And she, from the Wild Unknown, is definitely one that I resonate with the most. However, the Pagan Otherworld, you cannot this to me is the Queen of Pentacles, and it's the best Queen of Pentacles ever, 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 ever in the Pagan Otherworld. And working with this energy, she really opened it up for me. And once again, in my personally made deck, I have the H.R. Geiger artwork, and she is so emotional in her face of the earth, and she's just amazing. My last two is two different cards, but very similar to the Knight of Wands, actually, in a strange way, is the King of Pentacles, and he's the thought of the physical, thinking of the physical. So he is more of a ruler. So I really like that Pagan Otherworld has like a castle in the background, as well as he's got that majestic ram's horn on his head, and he matches the Queen of Pentacles very nicely. And I have yet again a very connection to this image already, even though this is just a new deck. Is I had during Beltane, my Beltane ceremonies, I was using the Good Tarot as part of my Beltane altar ritual, which you can see the pictures on Instagram. And I asked, what does the Horn One wants me to know, you know, just as a Beltane question and a ritual. And this card came up, and there is like no denying with him with his horns, if we're Beltane. And I even asked the Horned One for advice that he came up, that it was like meant to be, and I was like, wow, I'm really communicating with the divine. He's here, and it was really a magical experience. So there you have it. That is my hashtag 16 faves tarot from Steven, and I've been really enjoying this challenge. My decks are now a mess. I gotta clean them up. I'm hopefully gonna start doing more videos and tarot challenges in the future, and I love you all. Blessed be, I won't be a stranger.